It's interesting. This last weekend, we didn't do a whole lot, but we also did a lot. And so two things that we did that I wanted to share that I'm going to recommend that you do with your neighbors, your friends, and your family is that, so first on Friday, we got invited over to one of our neighbors here in our building to come over for happy hour and also for dinner. But for dinner, it was a little bit of a twist. Everybody who came to dinner made their own personal pizza. So they had, I don't know, 15, 20 different toppings, and you went over and made your own little personal pizza and you cooked it. But then the twist was when it came out of the oven, everybody shared everybody's pizza, assuming you wanted to eat some of the pizzas that came out. But they were all very good. They were all very uniquely made. And it was interesting to watch the individualism that comes out of somebody's personality as they choose to make a little simple thing as a pizza. And then on Sunday morning, we got invited yet to a different neighbor's house yesterday for brunch, and we had crepes. And not the normal crepes. The night before or 2 days before, he actually gave us a printed menu of the 6 different crepes that we were going to have yesterday morning for brunch. So it was fantastic. So we spent a great weekend with friends, and I'm going to call our family in our building here in Tempe of spending time together. So today's topic is pretty interesting, and I want you to think about it. It's another one that I want you to participate as well. So here's the question. The first question is, what is your highest and best use? So think about that. Your highest and best use, personally, professionally, don't care. Just answer the question. Don't read into it. Because I think if you start thinking about it, then you start reading into it more than you necessarily should. And then after you answer that question, the next question is, what are you good at? So sometimes the answer to each of the questions could be the same, but I'm going to say more often than not, a couple things are going to happen. Number one, your answers will be different if you think about it, on what is your highest and best use versus what are you good at. And then the second thing I think will surprise you is if you write down your answer and then you go ask somebody who's close to you, either personally or professionally, what they think your highest and best use is or what you're good at. So in the exercise, if you're willing to do it on Facebook and just post out what your answers are, or you want to PM me and say, here is what I believe my highest and best use is and what I'm good at. I will tell you, because obviously knowing every one of you on Facebook, I will give you my opinion of what I believe your highest and best use is and what I believe you are good at based upon my relationship with you. So I think it'll be a fun exercise if you're interested. So we actually did this a little bit yesterday, and some of the answers we got for what are you good at? And the answers we got back were facilitating others, providing solutions, being self-sufficient and or independent, communicating, and then the last one was nurturing social relationships. That was good at for a group of people that I asked the question to. And then I asked the question on the other one, which was, what is your highest and best use? And interestingly enough, 2 of the people that I was with said their number one highest and best use was giving. And it really kind of hit me as such a profound word. If you think your highest and best use is giving. And I really like that because it really allowed me to kind of introspectively think about, what if your highest and best use is giving and what that really means to other people. And I think it's very heartfelt to have that type of a conversation. One was bridging the gap between technical and real life on highest and best use. One was negotiating. And then the last one on highest and best use and me asking a friend was facilitating and encouraging others. So it's interesting if you think about it. And again, everybody's was different on the group that I talked with. And one of those 5 for both were me. If you're happy to know what mine were, I'm happy to share that with you if you are necessarily interested in that. But for this week, I want you to think about that. I mean, as we go through life, when we get older into our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, I think things change too on what you're really good at versus what your highest and best use is. So hope you have a great week. I know that it's going to be wonderful this week here, and your week, I hope, is going to be as great wherever you may be. And we'll see you next Monday for next Monday's tip. And have a super Monday, and take care, and we'll see you next week. Bye.